don't know about you, but I'm kind of scared about starting this episode. What exactly is going on? Why have they just started to murder off a bunch of characters in this? We had so little time with them. Higurashi being one that is full of surprises. Having the beat down of a bat in the last episode, I don't really know where it's going to go from here, unless that's just another misdirection. But there's no time left, so grab yourself a drink, buckle your seatbelt, because we're about to dive in. Great! Stop! She must have had a real itch there. I have some questions. Wasn't she laying on the floor in a pool of her own blood after running with some aluminium bat? Was it all just some potential dream sequence element where now we're on to a different nightmare? If the first one opened up with him in the bedroom with the bat, this one's her in the hallway with a knife. Are we going to get one every 4 episodes of a different potential outcome? One big performance, one big act and play being played out before us. Or this little town just has amazing medical practitioners. Does he have any notes or anything on the back of his clock this time? We just ignore the events of the last episode. Okay. Well, I've already blocked it out of my mind, so if the episode's doing the same thing. Is this what life could have been like if they just opened up a little more, if they talked, didn't turn on each other? Considering the other potential opponents here, they seem to outage a lot of them. We got this again now, do we? Well, of course she would, as in President Reagan. Was she just Googling the answer? Did you have it back there? Or she already had a hold of it? Yeah, it was best for him to give up that. So either by fear or by, as Sora and Shiro pointed out in a show that I've watched before, the world is run by cuteness, right? I mean, there's only been so many called out so far. He hasn't had a chance to grab one. Oh, he's just got to prove himself now, right? Huh? Isn't it, I would have a few questions about just luring two kids down to the bathroom. So if you want to win, if you want to do well, if you want to prove something, whether it be, well, they are his disciples from here on in. Bees attack crying faces. That's some level breath that he's got there. I mean, this isn't exactly playing all too fair. The fact that this guy just has the dive onto the table routine down pat, and the other guy just has impressive lungs. And how many are left on the table? So this must be completely... What? She's got to take a 9 o'clock break? Or 3 o'clock? I didn't actually look at the clock too well. You had to... You're on the last card. This argument is taking up the time that you could have just played that last hand. No thanks. I mean, do we have to be worried about the potential infighting between the club here? The bladed injuries that might happen, or the doll itself? Yeah, what's he gonna do? Put it in his bedroom? Aha, ha ha ha, yeah, she would have no need for that kind of doll. Of course not. Well, now that we've had that fun little debacle, the battle of cards out of the way, time for lunch. What was that? A new employee. Is he going to be frequenting this place a few times? Oh God, is he going to be thrown out of this place in the next few minutes? Does this place have any rules in place about harassing the staff? Is he going to order anything? If he's going to sit there and make comments... Now that is how it should have been handled from the get-go. She's just very reminiscent of Reminiscent of this meal. Shion. Surprising we hadn't had that mentioned before in the first couple of episodes. That's just the thing of this. Oh, I was going to say this establishment. Not that she knows him vicariously through her sister. And he is one of them. So he didn't even get to order anything. What a great first meeting. You know, hide your embarrassment by pretending to be someone else. Knowing this show, multiple personality disorder, it could be a thing. It's a call for trouble, really. How many times are we going to see this water wheel? Well, it's time to disprove them. Go to the toy store. The fact that she doesn't even know about this twin sister. She really doesn't talk much about her family. I believe her play of events, yeah. Never saw her at the house. Doesn't have a room there or anything. But why is if she did? There's not that much of an echo. I've never seen anyone run away uttering their last word over again. And dead. It's almost as if he was waiting. Yeah, one of the two. What is she doing here? Hopefully this one isn't also inundated with some needles, some extra spice into the mix. I mean, even if it was poisoned, at this point he's so hungry he wouldn't turn it down anyway. So it appears one of the two sisters can actually cook. No syringes, please. Ducking out early. Considering that we spend most of the past couple of episodes surrounding those two characters, having maybe these two be front and center a little bit more. See, they're a lot nicer to them about skipping out on the club. Unlike him, when he's just trying to get some batting practice in. Hang on a fucking second. Next Sunday is the cotton drifting thing? Didn't we just have the cotton drifting thing? Is this a Groundhog Day situation? Are we getting play-by-plays of how things could have turned out if different conversations, different paths went down? Why didn't she have to worry about her work the first route? And considering that this used to be, what, some visual novel type thing, now I actually get behind why it might be a time loop split thing going on here. Nope, can't see it. You'd really check that before arriving. Is he about to have to pay compensation? Nice hair. Is he going to have to pay for the repairs on them? Is she about to pay it all for him? You've got the... They've got the backup. Has she started a cult? Just grab the bikes and leave. Usually in this kind of situations, normal citizenship just kind of try to ignore what's going on and not get involved. So seeing it actually band together. I mean, just a lot of people must go to that restaurant. So you better not get on the wrong side of them. Is that it? Is that the message being sent? He'll have to... When did he wrap it up? Didn't he just check if it was even washed a second ago? Excuse me? So, if there is a sister, I see they might interchange amongst themselves every now and again. And if not, there's a certain level of memory tomfoolery. Yep, he's really managed to formulate a good sentence there. You have to lie about having a twin. There's the lie. And why are you locked in arms with the sister there? I mean, yeah, you wouldn't immediately believe that anyone has a twin, of course, would you? Well, he's good at getting himself into... Maybe she needs a doctor. He's good at getting himself into shenanigans, isn't he? Get unstable. This show is nothing but unstable. It's one misunderstanding, him not believing that a family member existed. Considering... Yep. Fixed. Nothing a bit of tape and percussive maintenance can't sort out. Give it a few hits and anything's back in working order. Decided to forget, or actually forget? I mean, she did hand deliver a lunch to him. And the sister who put on the tough act got the village to stand around and fight for him. Their personalities may not differ all too much. Well, yeah, I was going to say we'll hope for all of them, but some of them might be a lost cause. Excuse me. So, if we were introduced to one character trait from her in the first few episodes, for being this brash, confident type, and now she's the one that is the wallflower shying away from conversations and being open and honest with herself. A surprising twin sister jumping out of nowhere. Hearing about the Cotton Festival coming up again. Everyone, of course, the main thing, everyone being fit and healthy without caved-in craniums, of course. How long are we going to enjoy this nice and happy atmosphere before the troubles resurface? Are we going to get the detective guy meddling again and getting him into trouble? Also, I wonder if what I was thinking is actually the case. The fact that this was being some visual novel thing and different choices do to lead to different outcomes, blah, 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 blah. And it is playing out different possibilities in the form of an anime over the course of several episodes, then it resets. So, oh, crap, I didn't like this one. Let's load from an earlier save. Or if it is just a Groundhog Day situation, once someone dies, it snaps back. Relive it all over again. I think I might need to go through the cycle at least once more to have a clearer view. This has opened up a whole bunch of potential outcomes. If nothing is held standard and you can hit the reset switch, pretty much they can do whatever they feel like. Won't be able to guess anything, because if time isn't linear, then what is going on? And if they just... Okay, in this run, she has a twin sister. Excuse me? What are they going to do next time? Renner is actually a quadruple amputee, and Satoko is a 45-year-old office worker? That might be a little far-fetched, to be fair. No way she's getting a job. And since I have actually mentioned it a few times in this episode, particularly if you haven't seen Groundhog Day, I would actually recommend it. It's kind of old now, but still somewhat decent. Reliving your life over and over and over again, although in that case it was a singular day. How much could you take on board and change over that time? How long would you be caught in that moment? Considering that no one here actually seems to remember exactly what happened, maybe it is just a hard reset. Who, what, why? Is it this curse involved? Are they going to have to find a way to break it? Are they going to have a... It's like reliving of past lives. So break free of this never-ending torment. Or am I just far off the mark here? Any and all possibilities are accepted right now, because I have no idea what's going on. Do anything... was anything that was mentioned in the previous episode still carry over? Like with Renna going around smashing up windows, and that's why she had to change schools. Is that still a thing that's happened in this one? What about the van men? Maybe it's just a multi-dimension version. All these things are happening in parallel, but we're just hopping over. I was like, let's see what this one is like. Ah. Everywhere's raining donuts. This one they have lizard tongues. But considering the past time she was trying to get that fried chicken figure out of the waste, this time she's got this creepy doll. What kind of other figures is she going to collect over the episodes? Mion and Shion sometimes sharing a body. It depends on who wants to pretend not to be themselves to avoid embarrassment. But working hard, whether in a restaurant or a toy shop, at least they're doing something. I think a good idea here is just to go along with the flow. When stuff happens, just, yeah, okay. Start questioning too much, and yeah, I'll never dig myself out of that hole. But just, I'm enjoying it as much as you can. At least this time you got to have a hearty meal that didn't involve lacerations of the mouth. I guess kind of like the first one, having the final outcome shown to us so clearly, and then it playing out exactly as shown. How are we going to get to this bit? Laughing maniacally while someone performs their own cranial acupuncture? Right now, I think I'd rather not think about it. So, if you have enjoyed watching me suffer, but also enjoyed what you've seen on the episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. I'm definitely going to need it. Is the curse of the village and the deaths and the disappearances, are they also active in this iteration, this timeline? At least the Cotton Festival's still on, so... The only thing I've got to hold on to at the minute is the back of his clock. There were already bits of tape on it. So, yeah, he's put stuff behind there a few times. Does that symbolize the different routes that we're seeing here? Like this one's the whole stabby stab. Or is it he was doing batting practice 2 or 3 times in a row before, and that was just the final one before we moved on? Or he's just, the clock is barely holding itself together and he's just trying to fix it up a bit. I'm not really ever going to know. I'm already confused enough. Don't need this in my life. But hell, you want to make sure I stick to it, subscribe to the channel, join on my Discord, yell at me, make sure I don't become my own worst enemy. God forbid knock over any motorbikes. I don't have anyone that is master of a cult able to bail me out. Still, get yourselves a nice long rest. There's a lot to think about right here. See you in the next one. My patrons are the tether that keeps me logged onto this timeline, and whether or not you would like to ease my troubles and support the channel, or just try to look for my long-lost twin, consider joining onto my Patreon. Because thanks to Noku, Sal, Croyville, Diego Zenhausen, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Light Wizard 91, Shiwan, Tori Jane, and everyone else, there's not many mysteries I have to solve.